Hello everyone, and welcome to another tutorial here at Limon Crochet's YouTube channel. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to leave a comment regarding what you see here in this video. We are finally going to start tutorial number 1 of my Fuzzy Wuzzy collection. This is going to be a visual tutorial presentation, and also I'll be writing up the pattern a couple days after this video goes up. I have these yarns here, the Sock Ease, which is a limited edition yarn from Lion brand. If I check right now online, there should still be some in stock, so if you like what you see, go and get it. And there's an affiliate code in the description box below, which would be an extra way you can help me out. And I'm actually going to cake this yarn because I absolutely do not like the shape of a skein. Bam! So that's what that looks like, caked up. So we have up here 4 rows of F and 4 rows of G. And you know what? The opacity is pretty good on the F hook. So you know what? We're going to stick with the F hook. We're going to use an F, which is a 3.75 millimeter hook, okay? Let's figure out how long I want this to be. 8, 9, 10, 23, 24, 45, 46, 47, 48. So that's 120. We fold it in half. Oh yeah, that's definitely oversized. 120. Stitch 120 and then go back. Make sure none of this is twisted. And then we're going to insert it into our first chain, first stitch. So chain 1. Now we're going to be adding half double crochets into all of these. This first row is always so tedious. Okay, so now we just completed our first row. I tried it on as well. Like, I'm really liking the length. It's really oversized, so you know, you can casually wear it without feeling like you're being suffocated. So go ahead and finish that last stitch and then combine your rows with a slip stitch. All right, so there you go, first row. Now remember, we're working our way from bottom to up. The ribbing is going to be 5 rows long. We're going to chain 1 because that's the height of our next row, and we're going to do double crochets front post twice, back post twice. Yarn over. If you're going to do back post, you have your 2 stitches here, go behind that post, grab it, you should have your 3 loops, and double crochet. Yarn over, back post, double crochet, pull through 2. Grab the post from the front and double crochet. Okay, so go ahead and do this for 5 more rows. You're not changing the order of them, okay? So when we go to the next row, this is the 3rd row, wherever you see front post, continue the front post. Wherever you see back post, continue the back post, all right? So if you're following this exactly how I told you to do it, when you are coming up on the last stitch here, notice how we have 2 front cables here. We're gonna do a back cable. And then we're also gonna grab that initial, there's 1 more post here. This is the initial post that we did when we began, when we started increasing. So you're gonna grab that one as well and do a back post there. Then you're going to close up the cowl, okay? Chain 1, and like I said, you're just gonna follow exactly what you did in the previous row. So if it's a front post, do a front post. If it's a back post, do a back post. And if it's a front post, do a front post. So in total, you're gonna have 5 rows of ribbing, AKA you're gonna be on row number 6 by the time we're done, okay? We have completed the 5 rows of ribbing. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do, remembering the rule that whenever you're starting your new row, you're chaining 1, and you're literally just going to insert into every stitch there, okay? So we just did our bottom ribbing, and we're continuing on the body, and then we're gonna go in and start adding our first stripe of fur yarn. And we're gonna take a look at the label. It is 33 yards of a jumbo 7. Recommended hook size is an S. Now I don't have an S. I'm trying to see what's the biggest hook size I have. So this is an 8, and this is asking for, a 19. It's so different. And also this one is actually in tube form. And this one is flat. If I can just get the end, I can show you what I mean. I just saw the end. Where is it? There it is. As you can see from here, it is a single strand, and then the fuzz is attached to it. Slip knot our fuzzy yarn. Okay, pull it through the loop, bring it in, close it up just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we should be able to do 4. Let's see how 4 looks like. And I'm just doing half double crochets. Actually, that looks pretty good. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And all that means is that when we insert back our sock yarn, we need to add 4 stitches. And just take your time with this. You really don't want to rush this fur yarn because it's going to be relatively kind of hard to see where you're going. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you really want to aim for doing all of your stitches perfect in the first run. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when in doubt in this last one, like if it's 1, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, we're literally ending right next to it. That's fine, totally fine. I'd rather add an extra stitch over here at the end than to try and close this row along like all the way over here. Let's go ahead and pull this up, insert our old hook into that loop. You can always just lift the fur yarn and you can see that there's a space here. Lift the fur yarn, you can see that there's a space there. All right, so we're just going to try and find the top row, and we skipped over 3. So even though we inserted on the 4th, we technically need to do 4 because there's no insert. 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. This is what it's gonna look like, and not gonna lie, this effect looks really, really cool anyways. But as you can see over here, I'm showing you what it looks like after you just go back and lightly pull on the fuzzy yarn. So you can actually fix this into this, and I'm just going to show you how. So lightly, literally as if you're like a bird and you're pecking it. Don't really pull it too much. The fur fuzzy yarn is going to be doing, it's going to be moving on its own. So you can actually just grab the sock yarn and lightly pull all of that fuzzy yarn from the bottom. So see, going from that to that. But like I said, this actually looks pretty cool too. So either way, if you don't want to peck it, that's fine. It's still gonna look really, really nice. Make sure you get a relatively medium tail. So I would say maybe like the length of your finger or something, but just enough so that way you can actually hide the yarn. So now we're going to do an additional 8 half double crochet rows, and let's pray to the yarn gods that we have enough yarn to do the 3rd section for it. Okay, so I already chained 1. Just going to half double crochet into all of that. Okay, so coming back, guys, I know for a fact that I will have enough yarn to do a 3rd section and the ribbing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now what we're going to do is do our 2nd section of this fur yarn. And I'm almost certain we're definitely going to have enough yarn to do the gloves as well, which I am relatively happy about. And we're going to grab our fur yarn, and remember, we are inserting this on the 4th stitch. So you're going to do 3 half doubles, and on the 4th is where you insert this yarn. Okay, you don't need that much of a long tail, that's fine. You're going to pull through the loop, close that loop, and then now you're going to start. So yarn over and then half double crochet. I'm gonna go ahead and do this all the way around, okay? So go ahead and insert this on the 4th stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I just finished, I just closed this up, and I chained one, so that way when I cut this, I can just pull on the yarn and it'll turn into a knot. So I'm gonna cut this now here, pull through, and now there's a knot. Oh, that was a really long tail. Oops. Oh, this tail is so long. But yeah, it is really, really cool. I love how I'm getting multiple uses out of all of these yarns. All right, so now we're gonna grab our yarn again, our sock yarn, and we're going to insert 4 half double crochets into each of the stitches, okay? Because since we skipped 3 and added on the 4th, you technically need to do 4 stitches into each section. If you need help finding out where it is, the yarn is large enough where you can just poke your finger through and you'll be able to see if you're missing any stitches there. Let's go ahead and do that all the way. And I'll see you guys back once I finish this row. So I'm coming up on the final stitch here. Here we have a nice flat even surface, so that's telling me that we have sufficient stitches all along. And you can always go back, like I said, you can stick your finger into these holes and just count 4 stitches, or just count 120 all the way around. I was about to start doing the ribbing and I totally forgot to turn on the camera. So we completed our 8 rows here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we're going to be working on the ribbing. So you're just going to chain 1, and you're going to use the 8th row to begin your ribbing. So like we did down here, we did 2 front posts, 2 back posts, double crochet. So you start off with 2 front posts, 2 back posts, double crochet, and that's it. And we're going to continue to do this all the way across, and instead of having a total of 6 rows, because we don't have the foundation chain, we're only doing this for the 5 that we did, okay? So go ahead and do this ribbing for 5 more rows, and then we will be complete with the garment, and I'll bring you guys back and give you some final notes and final thoughts. All right, we are coming up on the final row of our ribbing here, the last double front post crochet. Insert that, chain 1, because that's what's gonna knot this yarn, and we are done. Boom, pull that. Check that out, ladies and gentlemen. I just like to hide them inside the actual stitches. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the finished garment. This looks really, really cool. We have tons of this fuzzy yarn left over, plenty for some gloves. Like this, I think looks really cool. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know, what is your favorite part? Did you think I made the right choice with this green fuzzy yarn and this hand-dyed yarn? Let me know what you think of any of the steps in the process. If you do try this, please tag me on Instagram. I love sharing garments that you guys recreate using anything that I share, whether it's the live tutorials or these edited tutorials. Are you interested in using with it now? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Always change any of this with other yarns as well. For example, I think my recommendation here would be you could use definitely a mandala for the yarn in the background, and then you can use the faux fur yarn that I used in the other cowl. Like, you don't necessarily have to use the fuzzy colorways because these are kind of strong colors. So the more subtle ones is the faux fur yarn, and it's the same rules as well. From a size 7 to a size 3, you should be able to skip 3 stitches when you're inserting it in there. But yeah, I think we have a winner here on our hands. The great thing about it is that it will retain its shape due to the fur yarn. The fur yarn does not, or the fuzzy yarn does not stretch. So this will always stay like this. And I think, you know, as you're wearing it, it does maintain some structure. So like when it's on your neck, it should like drape really, really nicely with this fuzzy fur yarn. And the reason why I chose this design as well is because I know some people don't like this being next to their nose. So there's definitely enough space in between with the ribbing and the stitching to prevent you from sneezing or getting tickled by any of the yarn. But that's just me. That's one thing that I discovered that's great about this garment. But yeah, for under 15 bucks, you can make this cowl and possibly two. Let me show you how much is left. Look at how much is left. This is a lot of yarn, actually. I can probably, like, I don't want to jinx myself, but I should be able to get a half double crochet beanie out of this. If I can, I'll update you guys on Instagram if I'm able to do something with this, or I could just use this for the heel of the socks, because I actually didn't even consider that if I wanted to change the color of the heel for the socks. So this might actually be really, really nice for the heel. I might actually do that now that I said that out loud. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you are interested. And this tutorial is brought to you by the members, which I will give them thanks here on the screen. Thank you so much to all of the members of the channel. You guys definitely make it possible for me to do this and share my knowledge with you all. So yeah, let me know. Here's the cowl, and please tag me on Instagram if you decide to recreate this. So thank you guys so much for watching, and any details that I missed or anything, I'll pin the comment down below, and I'll put in the description box as well, just in case if I missed anything and you guys are commenting on the video and I realize that I didn't mention anything. I will be editing that in the pinned comment down below. So I would appreciate if you guys can use the link if you guys are going to purchase this from lionbrand.com, and happy crafting, everyone. Thank you.